Hi, you guys. Oh my goodness. 2 weeks, and I think I'm going to be finally home after 6 months. I know I feel like I say that every week, but really, truly, this feels like the end. And boy, will I be happy. It's been tough doing this content from a hotel room for months. But that said, look at my view. Holy moly. Not the best day, though. All right, so I've got a few things I wanted to do on tonight's Real Housewives Orange County, Season 18, Episode 7, Recap Gossip Dump. I wanted to first of all open this up. Okay, Krista Marie from Whose Side Are You On? She has her own YouTube channel. She wrote me a beautiful card and sent me this, and I wanted to open it with you guys because she has been a supporter of my Patreon since the very beginning, Dishing Drama Dana, and Krista has a lot of opinions, which is I'm so happy that she does, because she can share them with you guys, and then she can either make you agree with her or you'll go no and get all pissed. And I just really appreciate her, and I appreciate the journey she's been on with her channel and her content, and I will be making an appearance on Krista's channel during the Beverly Hills season to help support her. But anyway, she sent me this really nice card. Dearest Dana and John, please accept these energy cleansing and protection crystals when you move back home. You're a great mom, Dana, and you, John, a great son. He is a great son. Thank you, Dana, for being a great support and friend to me, from Krista Marie. That means so much to me. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Krista, thank you for always making me feel special. And I know you have your up days and down days, but it sure does mean a lot that you even care about how I feel today. So thank you. And she sent me these beautiful tourmaline crystals, and I will put them all over my house. And I hope they bring me good luck and protection because I need it. There's a lot of people's evil eyes on me, I think. Look how gorge. Oh my God, I love it. All right, ready? Jacqueline Larita, part 3 coming out. The juiciest gossip I'm dropping in part 3. We recorded it after the other 2 came out, so it's fresh, taking in consideration some of your comments. In addition, Margaret Joseph responds to Jacqueline about, talking smacks allegedly at a party about her. And I dropped the most smoking hot tea about Jim Leonard and Teresa Giudice you have ever heard to Jacqueline, and she confirmed she heard it too. So I think it's true, and I'm pretty shocked, and you're going to finally hear it. I've only told the bonus audio people this tea. So very exciting. Now, I wanted to also tell you something else, which is the Real Housewives of Orange County mid-season trailer came out today, and some of you will have seen it by the time you watch this video, but I wanted to show you my favorite parts, so I edited it in, and then I'm going to tell you why.
I have happiness that I've never had, and I'm safe.
Ask her about the FBI.
Oh, no. This is the biggest scandal out there. He could go to prison. You talked about him being a bookie? You better f***ing shut your mouth.
Why? Is he gonna put a hit on me?
Nobody knows who the real Ryan is.
And we still don't know who the Ryan is or if he's in trouble with the feds. So I like this because this is juicy. Okay, this part is my next favorite part because Shannon is a real bitch. It's really the producers, but I love it.
Alexis, I am hosting a trip to Europe and you are not invited.
Hold on! Why?
Get a good profile.
Why, Shannon? Why?
Knock, knock.
Want to give me a hug?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ryan bashed Tamara and Eddie.
John Janssen just showed up.
Hi. Are you kidding me right now?
So I just love that the producers tried to force Shannon to have a standoff with John Janssen. It's just so good. But the problem is they're in a lawsuit, so they really can't talk. I don't know. I really hope something happens. I think Shannon just leaves, but we won't know till we see it. Exciting. I'll tell you what I would have done if John Janssen showed up and he was my ex doing what they're teasing on the show. I would have his ass arrested for blackmail. Yep. I bet they wouldn't show it, though. So one of my buddies on Instagram, Breaking the Rules pod clips, she did like a cliff note of highlights from Vickie's podcast where she talked about what happened at the restaurant the night that she went and how she felt about her interaction with Alexis Bellino, Vickie Gunvalson. But then she spills some tea about John Janssen, some of which I've said in the Patreon, but maybe you guys don't know. But then she adds some tea to it that I didn't know, so I wanted to share it.
I know that you all saw Shannon asked me to go, and I'm like, of course I'm going to go. We showed up a little bit later because they stagger when everybody's coming in.
Producers.
We were the last ones, and two things happened immediately. Alexis like, welcome to my world. I'm like, sit down, bitch. It's still my world.
Okay, yeah. And I created the world, bitch. You might live in it now, but I created it.
She's just a friend, and hopefully they won't bring her on full time. From what I'm hearing, the viewers are not loving on her. She's not a kind, nice person. And she's this Johnny J. I'm going to marry Johnny J. She knew him 1 month saying she's going to marry him. She was just engaged to somebody else.
Why is she talking about him as the man she's going to marry? They're not engaged, technically, are they? I mean, like, there's a ring.
She asked him to marry her, but John had been dating another girl for 10 years, and they were supposedly engaged, and they never got married. You know, he likes relationships like most of us do. I don't know if he's going to get married, but she says they are. So good luck, bitch. More importantly, why is she defending him so much? I feel like I'm looking in the mirror of how I was with Brooks.
So that's really the tea I wanted to tell you, which is, Alexis Bellino's friends in Orange County were shocked when she started to hang out with John Janssen, not because it was John Janssen, but because Alexis Bellino was serious with another guy who she was like practically engaged with when she met John Janssen. And then she just like dumped him and went with John. And why that happened is in the Patreon. So Reality T is a fan of Alexis Bellino, so she gave an interview to her and she told some stories you might not have heard about this season. Alexis Bellino told her that John Janssen wanted her not to do the show, and so he was willing to pay her salary so she wouldn't do it. And he even went as far as to double the offer of Bravo to pay her not to do the show. But she said, listen, I have to do this for me because I'm always like a kept woman and I really want to try to do something on my own. So John Janssen gave in and supported her in doing it. This is her story. I'm not totally buying it, but John Janssen appears to have helped Alexis Bellino try to like really be a big splash on the show, because John probably knows from Shannon Beador that, you only can be either really popular or a big splash, and there was no way Alexis Bellino was going to be popular coming in as John Janssen's new girl. After Shannon Beador, kind of fan favorite, has been like crushed by John Janssen, right? So he did what he could to probably coach her. And then Alexis probably remembered how it went. But then she said that the reason she signed her contract is she went to a psychic and her mom came through and said, sign the contract. And so that also made her sign the contract. Shocking there was no Jesus that came through, no? Sadly, I have a feeling it wasn't Alexis Bellino's mom coming through to the psychic, telling her to sign her Bravo contract, but somebody else. But Gina Kirschenheiter is falling out, I guess, with Heather Dubrow. She doesn't feel like she's a real friend. This is what she said in an interview on that channel that I don't like sometimes because they talk smack and use the worst pictures about me ever when they do any story.
Ow, did Heather ever understand that?
I don't know. And it is starting to, honestly, it is starting to upset me like in real time now, because I'm like, wow, I couldn't have had her back more. I was the only one who was speaking up every single time. I was communicating directly to Katei that I thought this was all not valid. The stuff she was bringing up against Heather, the other stuff outside of the paparazzi stuff. And you see, Katei already admits that at the very beginning, I told her not to do this. So, and I'm glad that you guys see it, because I hope everybody else sees it, because it's so obvious. It's like, if we discussed this and I told you, and then you made a decision on your own to go forward, and now you're in hot water with Dubrow, and you realize that that doesn't feel good, and your instinct is to then push it back on me. Like, I'm hurt, honestly.
Okay, Gina stirred the pot, totally. So that's why the fans think she's BS.
By both of them.
So Gina's finally admitting that she's really not friends with anyone, except maybe Emily, but not so much right now. Oh, there you have it. Oh, by the way, I have a huge surprise. If you haven't hit the notification button on my channel yet, you're going to want to do that before Tuesday, because a big surprise coming on Tuesday that nobody expects, and it's going to piss a lot of people off. All right, let's get into tonight's recap. So let's talk about this confessional video. Look, what happened here? And then Tamra Judge wears this, which looks like a prom picture, but like it smashes her boobs down, so she looks like she doesn't have any boobs. It was so weird. And this was another look that the fans were like, what are you wearing? So I don't know who did the styling on these two women for this season 18, but it needs to stop right now. So the women start the episode. They're still on the trips, and it's very emotional. Tamra Judge is missing her daughter. Sophia's cut her off, and she can't connect with her. Jennifer Pedrani's sad because her husband Will has moved on and seems happier with the new woman. Shannon Beador is pissed at John Janssen because she paid for everything, and now she just wants him to like forget the $75,000, because wouldn't that be fair enough after she paid and did so many generous things for him? The women have Shannon's back. And then, of course, we see Emily Simpson and we see Gina Kirschenheiter fighting, and they're very upset. Gina feels that Emily is trying to become a bitch to like shine on the show, really. And Emily feels that Gina is up Heather Dubrow's ass because she's trying to like fit in with her, maybe because she's got, you know, a lot of power.
What's happening? This is what I'm talking about. I just feel like I can't even approach you, you know? Like, this is like, always and I don't want to feel like I'm tiptoeing around you. I don't want to feel like I'm walking on eggshells around you, because I can't, because I just need you in my life right now.
I know you're going through a lot, and I'm sorry about that.
And I'm trying to maintain my friendships, and everybody's
who always asks you about you and Travis?
I know
because I care.
My relationship is so fragile right now. It's hard with the stuff with Trav, because he's like basically like breaking up with me. I was like, let's just let it settle.
Yeah.
You could break up with me 3 months from now. And it makes me fearful that the same thing could happen to me and Emily. Like, there's only so much I can take.
Good, we're fine. I think that we just needed to do that. Things had built up, and on the friendship totem pole, you're at the top.
And I see what happens between Shannon and Tamra, and then I just get...
It's not us. Those are two dysfunctional nut jobs.
They're so up.
They are. We're not like that.
No, oh, yes,
we're totally normal.
So then we hear this very cryptic scene where Alexis Bellino seems fine. She gets a call from John Janssen while she's still away with the girls, and he says something to her, and it's about Shannon Beador doing something to him. She flips out, starts crying, is like, we're going to destroy her. We're taking the gloves off. That's it. She's a bitch, starts crying, and we don't know what happened. And then Jennifer Pedrani tries to reconnect Tamra Judge to Shannon Beador, and Tamra's like, oh, I don't kind of think it can happen. I'm just so frustrated with her, and that's Jennifer. And then it was weird because then Alexis Bellino is trying to make a bridge between Katie Janela and Heather Dubrow, and it's all very awkward because you could tell these women don't know each other. Tamra talks to Gina Kirschenheiter about her DUI. She's like, you didn't have a drinking problem, you know, so you could get over it in a different way. And Gina's like, no, actually I did, but I didn't realize it until later when I could realize it on my own, and you should give the same grace to Shannon Beador. And Tamra's like, no, because once she thinks she's got everybody on side, she won't change, and I really want her to change, and that's my tough love. So then we find out that one of John Janssen's videos that he has on Shannon Beador is her drunk, almost hitting his daughter with her car. And although last week I said I wanted to see the videos, now I don't think I do. But that sets up the next scene, which is going to be that Shannon has lunch with Tamra Judge. Well, the lunch doesn't go very well. Tamra Judge starts harping in on how she thinks she has a drinking problem and trying to convince Shannon she has a drinking problem, and Shannon's like, no, I don't. And then Tamra starts mimicking Shannon at the table, and Shannon is trying to hold her own, but obviously Tamra's got the upper hand because of the DUI. I mean, there's no way Shannon's gonna be able to outgun Tamra with that leverage on the show. So Tamra goes for the worst blow you could. Shannon tries to deflect and say, Tamra, you know, you've had messy times and you've not been great always. And Tamra turns around and goes, yeah, but I didn't drive my car into a house. Something like that. And Shannon gets so upset, she almost starts to cry. She gets up, she breaks the fourth wall, and she walks away. And, you know, they do break the fourth wall a few times on tonight's show, which I liked because it makes it better. I'm glad they're finally doing that.
I'm strong, and I know that clearly.
So Shannon goes back to the table, but she's really upset.
I apologize for getting up, but that's what I'm learning. If I'm upset, I just gotta go take. And then you start backing up Alexis Bellino, making allegations towards me. It's like stick in your lane, Tamra.
Up Alexis. Oh, about the money that you owe John?
I don't owe him money. I never signed a promissory note that I owe him money. I paid for everything the first 2 years of our relationship. So now what I have to do and spend my time doing is going through and reliving how stupid I was to stay.
Is he suing you?
Yeah, he is.
He's suing you.
And my lawyer made a settlement offer today. I don't owe him anything. And sorry. It's been a bad day.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He said, I won't accept one penny under $75,000. He said that if you don't come up with a payment plan to pay him $75,000, they're filing on Friday. So I am not making monthly payments to John Janssen. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna go through 3 years of hell again.
No. And I don't blame you.
But I am not gonna pay $75,000 to him. How dare he?
It's a mess. It's a mess. In 2018, Jim Bellino sued Shannon and I for defamation. It was emotional hell. Me and Shannon trauma bonded over not knowing, are we going to have no money in the bank after this is done? You know, and my heart does break, and I don't want to make things worse. And yes, Alexis is my friend, but I personally couldn't imagine going through this again. I mean, I really feel for Shannon. Listen, I'm having a party on Wednesday. I would like for you and Vickie to come.
Hey, the weirdest thing happened after the show ended. Katie Janella did some sort of narrative recap of Real Housewives of Orange County as like a whole season. Did you burp? Gross, John. For a whole season. 18. Oh, I'm using it. Yeah. So, yeah. And it was so weird. The newest cast member doing a recap of the season after the show? What is happening? I'm so confused. It was weird. Anyway, I'm turning it off. Good night, you guys. We'll talk Sunday.